are just about set in Eugene for Game 3 of the 3-game set. It's Logan DeGroot to lead it off versus Cal Scoleri. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. 95 miles an hour. Welcome back to the rotation. Cal Scoleri, DeGroot, the numbers for him. No homers, 3 RBIs, 273 average, and a 721 OPS for the transfer from UCLA. As Scoleri misses with another 94-mile-an-hour heater, a little bit outside to even things up. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're underway right on time, 12:05 local here on the Pacific Northwest. The temperature 50 degrees, a little bit cooler than the days previous, but all in all, not a bad day for baseball whatsoever as DeGroot goes down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A good crowd here in PK Park as the Ducks go for the sweep. A win today would match the best 23-game start in Oregon program history as Cal Scoleri strikes out Logan DeGroot to open up the ball game. Welcome back to the bump, Cal Scoleri.
And that's got to be a great feeling, not just getting a strikeout, but getting a strikeout looking for Scoleri. Time a breaking ball at 86 miles per hour freezes DeGroot for the first out of the game.
The strikeout brings up Jackson Freeman, right fielder for Ben Greenspan. The third-year Wildcat takes a little bit low. And again, 4 pitches, 4 fastballs for Scoleri. That one, again, 95 miles an hour. 3 homers, 7 RBIs, 360 average, and a 969 OPS for Freeman. The best hitter in this Northwestern lineup cuts at that and sends it back into the screen. Although he has had a quiet-ish series, he's 1 for 5 with just a single and a couple of strikeouts. Trying to get it going, as is the rest of this Northwestern lineup. Count even 1-1. Scoleri home, good slider, and it's 1-2.
Freeman fouled off a fastball. Scoleri comes back with a breaking pitch, that time at 80 miles per hour. He's got him in the palm of his hand right now. Gonna see what he goes to here. Maybe a fastball up top.
1-2. Scoleri tried a little bit lower that time with the same pitch. And it evened things up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Freeman was 0 for 11 last week against USC with 5 strikeouts. Before that, was riding a 6-game hitting streak in which he was 12 for 25. So he's kind of hit a speed bump here as he takes strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs to open up the day for Cal Scoleri.
Back-to-back Ks and back-to-back backwards Ks right there. The first 2 batters for Northwestern going down looking. And 2 quick outs for Cal Scoleri in Oregon in the top of the first.
That sickness doesn't seem to be bothering him all that much.
No.
At least not yet. As Ryan Kucherak, the shortstop for the Wildcats, takes ball 1. Kucherak, a hit in the 8th inning of yesterday's ball game. Numbers as a whole, a homer and 9 RBIs. 233 average as he swings through a cutter to make it 1-1. Going to be fun to watch Scoleri at the back end of this rotation. The starters for the Ducks in this series have been, well, dominant. As the 1-1 is in there at 96 miles an hour for strike 2. Clark punched out 10 yesterday. Sanford punched out 8 on Friday. Already 2 in the first inning for Cal Scoleri as he tries to go 1-2-3. The 1-2 pitch home is outside.
Tried to get him to fish that time with a breaking ball that just broke a little too much outside the zone. Evens it back up at 2-2.
Hit hard on the ground left side. Diving is Maloney, but it's into left field. And a 2-out base knock for the shortstop, Ryan Kucherak. Keeps the Wildcats alive here in the first inning.
It's a good piece of 2-strike hitting there from Kucherak. Gets a fastball, 96 miles per hour. Pulls it through the left side of the infield for a hit with 2 outs. Keeps the inning alive for Northwestern.
We'll bring up the cleanup man for Northwestern, Nick Barron. was originally slotted as the designated hitter. They made a last-second change, maybe about 10 minutes before first pitch. He'll be playing first base, and Noah Ruiz a little bit later in the lineup will be the DH as Barron takes outside. 2 homers, 12 RBI, and .299 average with an .827 OPS. Kucherak back to the bag safely. 2 stolen bases on the season for him. He's only been caught once. That misses high, and it's 2-0. So a couple of strikeouts to open up the inning for Scoleri, then the single. Now he's gone into a 2-0 count. We've seen that velocity drop that last pitch to 92 miles an hour.
Scoleri, after throwing ball 1, usually does a good job of getting back in the zone, but misses outside to make it a 2-0 count.
There's a strike. Make it 2-1 on Barron. Another throw over, and Scoleri lucky that Miranda played that one like a catcher, squared it up, because he skipped it in there.
Yeah, it wasn't a short hop either.
So 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs in the top of the first. That evens things up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
One thing Scoleri's really good at doing is even when he falls behind in a 2-0, 2-1 count, he'll get back in the zone right away and challenge these hitters.
18 pitches in this first inning. 2-2. Runner goes for second. The pitch is swung on and missed. Throwdown won't matter as Cal Scoleri ends up striking out the side and stranding that 2-out single on first base. Ducks coming up. Across 61 2/3 innings a season ago. And he's off to a good start, but yes, a little bit unlucky. And you saw the walks per 9 is up there, over 6 walks per 9 this season. And Oregon is an offense that can take certain advantage of that. Is Ryan Cooney, the leadoff man for the Ducks, takes outside 1-0. Cooney hit his 4th home run of the season yesterday in the 4th inning, as he cues this one foul off the end of the bat, and it just continues to be a great year for him, continues to be a great career at the University of Oregon. Since that freshman year, he's just been on an absolute tear. As 4 homers, 21 RBI, the .344 average, and an OPS well over 900. It's a tough out at the top of this lineup, riding a 9-game hitting streak. That runs inside, nearly got him. And it's 3-1. How important is it going to be for Matthew Kauser to go deep into this game? We saw Northwestern really get tested, the bullpen. So many guys came out of that bullpen. I think it was 6 pitchers in Friday. And yesterday we saw Northwestern have some pitching success as a leadoff walk for Ryan Cooney, but we saw Northwestern have success on the mound only using the 2 guys.
Yeah, Jake Reifenberg had a great day out on the bump, going 5 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 strikeouts. He did a really good job at mitigating the damage with Oregon in the box, but without him, most likely, because he pitched over 5 innings, it's going to be interesting to see how Northwestern approaches the bullpen.
Jackson Jimenez from the left side takes high for ball 1-0. Another guy riding a big-time hit streak, also 9 games to match Ryan Cooney. 2 homers, 15 RBI, .338 average, and an OPS 1 tick below 1,000. Good take there, and it's 2-0, so some command issues early for Matthew Kauser. We saw Oregon take advantage of walks yesterday. was a 2-out walk to Dom Hellman that set up the 2-run homer by Drew Smith in the first inning. As Jimenez takes outside, ball 3.
Ducks have walked 6 times so far in the series against Northwestern.
Can't be handing out free passes to this lineup. 3-0. Jimenez takes nowhere close. Back-to-back walks to start things for the Ducks in the first, and the table is set for Dom Hellman.
Like I mentioned, Kowser's ERA not too high, around 2.45, but the walks very high. And Ben Greenspan already going to go out to the mound to have a talk with his pitcher. Already a dangerous situation. I mean, you walk the first 2 guys of the game. Now you have to face Dom Hellman, who coming up to the plate so far in the series has had 2 home runs and has been demolishing baseballs this weekend.
First pitch is there for a strike. 91 on the gun. 6 homers, 2 of them came on Friday. 20 RBI, a 301 average, 992 OPS for Dom Hellman. This is hit hard, past Jake Yang into right field. Ryan Cooney waving around third. He scores standing up to third is Jax Jimenez. Dom Hellman delivers in the first. It's 1-0 Ducks.
Already getting things started off on the right foot. Hellman goes the other way, gets into right field for a base hit. A great piece of hitting there by the Ducks DH to score Ryan Cooney for the first run of the game.
Doesn't take long for the Ducks to capitalize off those 2 walks, and they're still not done with Drew Smith, Oregon's third baseman, climbing in. Runners on the corners, and Slater able to keep that one in front of him. Smith 4 for 7 this weekend with a double, a homer, and 3 RBIs. The number's even better on this season. 8 homers is tied for the team lead as he carves this back into the screen. Over the screen and into the stands.
Yeah, Smith has had a great season. I mean, the average up well over 400 and home runs, like you said. He's really developed that power this year.
1-1. Misses inside, and even though he is hitting a ton of homers, I still wouldn't consider him a true power hitter. I think he's just a true hitter.
Yeah.
That can do everything. It's really impressive. 2-1. In the air, left field, not deep. Tagging at third is Jimenez as DeGroot cuts off Lausch for out number 1, but Jimenez scores easily. It's a sac fly for Drew Smith, and the Ducks a 2 spot in the first, same as yesterday.
Once again, Drew Smith finding a way to get it done. Even if it's not with a hit, still driving runners in. That time, it's his 29th RBI of the season on the sac fly, and he sets the table now for Angel Laya. Still only 1 out in the bottom of the first inning, and already a 2-0 lead with a chance for the Ducks to do more damage.
Angel Laya, the dangerous freshman right fielder, takes inside. 8 homers on the year for him, tied for the team lead with Drew Smith. Matthew Kowser trying to navigate through this murky first inning. Runner goes from first, pitches a strike, throw down there is in time to nab Dom Hellman trying to steal second base.
That's something you don't see a lot. That's Hellman's first attempt on the season, trying to swipe second base right there. Umpires are going to come together. I think there might be a challenge on this one, or an official's review.
Dominic Hellman stole 1 bag last year. It's the only stolen base of his career. Line. Let's see. Call is confirmed. So after the review, Dom Hellman is out at second base, out number 2 of the inning.
Yeah, I just don't think there was enough to overturn that one right there. It did look, in my opinion, that Hellman didn't get his hand to the bag before the tag, so Call stays the same, and now there's 2 gone.
Angel Laya in a 1-1 count takes down low, 2-1.
You want to talk about someone being hot at the plate. Laya's on a 4-game hitting streak, and those 4 games, 8 for 11 with 8 RBIs and 2 homers.
This is belted center field and struck well. Lausch is there to make the catch for out number 3. But the Ducks get on the board a couple of times, taking advantage of the back-to-back walks to start the inning. 2-0 Ducks here at PK Park on Big Ten Plus. Swing and a miss from Owen McElfatrick. It's 0-1. McElfatrick, Noah Ruiz, and Jack Lausch here 5, 6, and 7 for Northwestern. After Cal Scolari struck out the side in the first inning. McElfatrick, 3 home runs, one of which came on Friday in that blowout Oregon win. 13 RBI, 194 average. Good OPS over 700. This is well outside from Scolari.
Fastball that time at 96. Scolari just kind of yanked that one, ended up way outside the zone, but once again, still ahead of McElfatrick here. Really can go to anything in his arsenal.
1-2 is outside to even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McElfatrick, a 4th-year Wildcat that Scolari's trying to put away. It's kind of a difference. Big difference. Scolari in his 2nd year, McElfatrick in his 4th year. 2-2. But you can see the talent for both of them as the count goes full. 168 games in the career of Owen McElfatrick. Broken 0 for 18 with that home run back on Friday. 3-2 is in there for strike 3. All 4 outs recorded by Cal Scolari have come via the strikeout, and there's 1 gone in the 2nd.
4 strikeouts early for Scolari, and 3 of them are looking. That time a breaking ball just kind of freezes McElfatrick there. The first out at the top of the 2nd. Scolari certainly got it working out on the bump.
Mixing up pitches exceptionally as Noah Ruiz takes a breaker that misses a little low, and it's 1-0. Originally scheduled to play first base, a last-minute change from Ben Greenspan moves him to the DH spot. 3 homers, 17 RBI, 277 average for Ruiz. Saw him hit a backside homer in Friday's game. It was really the only offense until the 7th inning for Northwestern. And a good count here, 2-0. Crushes this. Left field. Jimenez going back. He's at the wall, trying to leap over it. Can't get that one. A mammoth shot for Noah Ruiz, his 2nd of the weekend.
Once again, Northwestern getting on the board in the 2nd inning. They've done that all weekend long. The 2nd inning is when their offense really starts to come to life, and Noah Ruiz with an absolute shot. Take a look at the swing right there. Gets behind the ball, hits it high in the air. Jimenez goes up the wall, but that one's way out of here. That one was crushed.
The transfer from Biola University in his 1st year as Northwestern has certainly had an impact this season. Been one of the better bats this weekend and provides a spark that middle to bottom part of the lineup as Jack Lausch takes a strike and grounds this one foul, so it's quickly 0-2. His 2nd home run already on the weekend. And we'll see how Cal Scolari is able to respond.
This is 4th home run of the year and 18th RBI. He's leading the team right now in RBIs, Noah Ruiz.
Hits him in bunches, too. Hit 2 against Rice. 2 against Oregon. Now a 2-1 game in the 2nd inning. 1-2. Scolari did not miss by much. Nearly got Lausch to bite. Was able to hold back, and it's 2-2. Lausch looking for his first hit of the weekend. He's 0 for 6. As this skips in front and the count is full.
It's a curveball that time from Scoleri. Just kind of stayed in the hand a little too long. Usually you want the ball to come out of your hand on a curveball right in front of you. Time just stayed in the hand a little too long and bounced in the dirt for ball 3. Counts now full.
Payoff. Wow. Pretty good pitch.
Just missed.
It is ball 4, so the homer, now the walk. And Northwestern in prime position to tie things up here in the second inning.
Yeah, Berkeley maybe is going to go out to talk to Scoleri for a bit. Just settle him down. It's still a situation where he's in command. Ducks still with a lead, even though it's 1 run and a bit more of a narrow lead than the team is used to in this weekend. Still in command out there on the hill. Still 1 out. So now chance for the Ducks to roll a double play with a runner on first.
Jay Slater stepping up. He hit a 2-run homer in yesterday's game. Cut the deficit to 2. Made it a 6-4 game, but Northwestern, of course, unable to do any more. That was off the starter, Colin Clark. 3 homers, 11 RBI, 220 average for the catcher, Jay Slater, who's been the backstop all 3 games of this series. As Scoleri again struggles to find the zone. Count goes to 2-0 after the walk to Lausch. Trying to reset. Lausch can run. He's stolen a couple of bags this year. A good athlete. And checking on him is Scoleri.
Scoleri's got a few pitches that he likes to use. Fastball, sinker, cutter, curveball, slider, and changeup. 6 pitches. For a guy in college, especially as a sophomore, that's a lot of pitches to throw.
Trying to get back in the zone with one of those 6 here, and he does. Looked like the fastball at 93, and it's 2-1. 2-1 game here in the top of the second inning. Oregon scored twice in the bottom of the first. Did it with some small ball, took advantage of a couple of walks. The big fly for Ruiz is how Northwestern got on the board, as this is flied foul opposite field onto the concourse. 2-2.
Yeah, and here with 2 strikes and 1 out, you can pitch for the strikeout, try to get a swing and miss, but also pitch for the ground ball. Try to roll a double play, and best pitches in Scoleri's arsenal for that. Probably going to be that sinker or that slider. Both of those move away from the barrel of the bat by a good amount.
2-2. Fouled back into the screen. And a good battle being put up here by the Northwestern backstop. His homer is the only hit he's got in the series, but it was a big one. Trying to get a big one here as time is called. A ball has entered the field of play out in left field. Jimenez tosses it back over. I think some kids playing catch over there.
Yeah.
Got a little wild.
Gotta hone in on that command there out in the stands.
Two and two. Scoleri home. It is tipped foul. And the battle will continue between Scoleri and Slater.
Slow curveball at 79. Slater looked to stay back on it. It's not a little pause in his swing, but maybe stayed back a little too much and just tipped it for a foul ball. Stays alive.
40 pitches deep with 1 out in the second inning. Scoleri home. They'll appeal. No swing, says the first base umpire John Wolf. And the count is full for a second straight batter.
Would not be surprised to see the runner at first be in motion. Lausch over there trying to stay out of the double play.
Runner goes. Pitch is hit past Drew Smith down the left field corner. It's a fair ball. Lausch moving to third. He gets the wave. He's going to try and score. The throw is not in time. Jay Slater ties the game at 2 in the second.
Great piece of hitting from Jay Slater. Gets it down the line. Jimenez is able to cut it off before it gets to the wall. But because Lausch is already moving, he was trying to steal second base. He's got some extra speed and momentum. So rounding third, his third base coach says, hey, go on home. And he's in there safe, and the Wildcats tie it up at 2.
This inning started pretty promising for Cal Scoleri. Struck out Owen McElpatrick to start things. Since then, the homer, the walk, the RBI double. And Matt Florer is going to go out and try and calm down his sophomore, who has hit a speed bump here in the second inning. 2 runs in the first feels a little bit more manageable, and the offense certainly alive with Jake Yang, the freshman, making his first career start and taking outside 1-0. Has played in all 3 games of this series as Jake Yang. He's 0 for 4 on the season. Coming up with the go-ahead run on second base and 1 out. A big spot for both these guys as Scoleri tries to navigate through. Two and 0 is in there for called strike 1.
Yeah. We mentioned, how important it is to get off to a good start hitting, especially when playing a team like Oregon. Not just because they're going to get out early, but they're going to score runs throughout the game. So for Northwestern, hey, you've already tied them up here, but the question is, can you continue to keep along with their pace throughout the whole game?
2-1 at the knees, a little low.
Yeah, right now it looks like Scoleri's nibbling around the zone. A little scared maybe to throw over the heart of the plate. And, have Northwestern put it in play.
3-1. Swing and a miss. Elevated that heater top of the zone to get the whiff, and the count is full. Yang looking for his first collegiate hit. Scoleri trying to put him away. Go-ahead run on second. 3-2. Back up the middle. That is into center field and a base hit. Slater waving around third. Here's the throw from Brooks. It is offline, and Northwestern takes its first lead of the weekend. It's 3-2. Jake Yang comes up clutch for his first career hit.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Wildcats. Kucherak takes in the dirt, and Berkeley Mabius able to keep it in front. Kucherak 1 for 1 in his 2 plate appearances, a single and a walk. Yang leads off third. DeGroot off second, and Freeman off first. Fly ball left field has Jimenez going back. He'll have room. Yang tagging on third. Jimenez throw goes to third, and a run will come home to score on the sacrifice fly. It's 5-2 Northwestern here in the 4th inning.
Runs coming across in any way that the Wildcats can get them. 2 across now in the top of the 4th inning. It's the second out of the inning, so at least Oregon 1 out closer to getting out of this jam. But the harder the order's coming up. Cleanup hitter in Barron coming up to the plate.
Barron trying to get things going. He's 0 for 2 today. 2 runners on. Off first and second. First pitch in the left-on-left matchup. Misses well outside. A 3-run lead for Northwestern. Didn't go around. It's 2-0.
Once again, Twist falling behind these Northwestern hitters. It's not a recipe for success out there on the mound.
Long way to go for Northwestern, but they haven't won a game by more than 3 runs since March 8th. Been a while. since they've been in a spot like this. In true command of the game as Barron takes low 3-0. Partner was actually March 7th against Omaha. Anyways, the 3-0 is in there for a strike.
And for Northwestern, the win would be their second win versus a top 25 opponent. And their victory against USC last weekend was their first top 25 win since 2015.
That's a strike as Barron was headed down to first base. He gets the bad news from Travis Renninger. Go pick up the bat and do it again, now in a full count.
I was pretty confident that it was a ball, but the curveball from Twist lands on the outer part of the plate for strike 2. Runners are going to be in motion here with a full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner in scoring position off second. It's DeGroot. Runner off first is Freeman. Twist trying to get out of the inning as this one's cut back into the screen. Runners will be off once more. The 3-2 from Twist is line drive over Drew Smith into left field. DeGroot will score standing. Another hit as Northwestern takes a 4-run lead. Wow. Owen McElpatrick, the hitter, taking strike 1. Toby Twist starts the inning, gets just 2 outs, gives up 3 runs. He's responsible for each of the guys on the bases right now. Freeman off second and Barron off first. McElpatrick go for 2 with a couple of punch outs, both off the starter Cal Scolari, as a slider here misses way outside, and it's 1-1. All you need if you're Michael Mechna is a ground ball to get you out of this thing. But it's been a tough go of it for Oregon pitching in this inning. 1-1. Check swing. They will appeal. John Wolf says no, and it's 2-1. Couple of doubles for Northwestern in this inning. Got 3 extra base hits on the afternoon. Much improved offense from what we saw through 6 innings on Friday. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Nice slider. Evens things up. 2-2.
Good job for Mechna getting back into this count. Fell behind 2-1. Evens it up back at 2-2. Trying to get that third and final out of the top of the 4th.
Northwestern's got a 6-2 lead. Trying to add on as Mechna misses outside. Tried to get him to bite. And the count is full.
Another situation where the runners are going to be in motion. We saw it earlier from Nick Barron, the previous hitter. Because the runners were in motion, that runner from second base was able to score. You can get something to the outfield. It could be a similar situation.
Runners go. Pitch is outside. And once again, in this 4th inning, Wildcats have them loaded. And it's been a great weekend for Noah Ruiz, who steps up into the batter's box.
Already went deep earlier in the game, had a towering shot to left field. Hit one in the air to center field to end the 3rd inning, but it was a hard hit fly ball for sure. And he's got some pop at the plate. 4 home runs on the 2026 campaign.
9th batter to hit in this inning takes strike 1. He homered back in the 2nd inning of today's game, did so as well in the 2nd inning of Friday's game. And I think a pitch clock violation. Maybe not the full violation, just a warning. Nothing in 1 pitch is cut foul. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, Ruiz, the 9th batter of the inning. Everyone in the Northwestern lineup has come up to the plate. Aside from Slater and Kucherak, Everyone's gotten on base, and even those guys did their part with some sac flies.
Northwestern trying to blow it open here in the fourth with 3 runs already home. 0-2 pitch. Ruiz spits on a slider, and it's 1-2.
Good take by Ruiz. That slider can be really tough. Mechna's got some good movement on it, but a good take that time. The number 6 hitter.
1-2. On the ground, foul outside the third base bag.
Now, one of the things that Northwestern's doing a really good job of in this game that they weren't doing, in the first 2 games of this series was hitting with 2 strikes. Seeing them, protect the plate a lot better. Foul off some tough pitches, waiting to get theirs, and it's worked out for them.
1-2 pitch once more. Mechna home, gets the swing and a miss. Ruiz chases the slider, and Mechna is out of the jam.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Out in front of this one, and it's 0-2.
And already a better job by Mechna, getting ahead of hitters instead of falling behind. Twist and Scolari were falling behind hitters a good amount of the time when they were out on the hill. Not seeing Mechna do that, getting ahead.
Lausch drives this opposite field, going back. Jimenez looking up, say goodbye. Jack Lausch adds on to his impressive day, a solo shot to give Northwestern a 5-run lead in the 5th.
Talk about some opposite field power from Jack Lausch. Going the other way to the left center field gap. Really hard hit ball right there. Take a look at it one more time. Stays through it to the opposite field. And that one's gone for a solo shot. 7th run of the game for Northwestern.
And an 0-2 count.
Great piece of 2-strike hitting and opposite field hitting.
It's his 5th home run of 2026. Jay Slater, another guy having a good series. Double so far today. Also a sac bunt. The homer yesterday. It's a different team that we're seeing right now compared to Friday afternoon.
Yeah, they look different out on the mound and in the batter's box.
Strike even things up 2-2. Oregon trailed by 5 runs last weekend against Indiana around this time, and well, it didn't matter much. They were able to win that ball game as Mechna bounces back from the homer with a strikeout. His second is out number 1 in the 5th.
Good breaking pitch there by Mechna. Slider starts in the zone, ends up out of it. Gets the batter Jay Slater to go for a swing, and that time he misses.
How about the day that Jake Yang has had out of the number 9 spot? He's 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a double. Making his first collegiate start, picks up his first hit, first RBI, first extra base hit. Gave Northwestern a 3-2 lead in the 2nd inning, and the Wildcats haven't looked back since as Yang takes a strike.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a great first start for your collegiate career. Like you mentioned, the 2 for 2 day, 3 runs and 2 RBIs. He's been getting it done in the bottom half of this Northwestern lineup that we talked about at the start of the inning, how they've been able to produce in spots where the top of the order hasn't been able to come through. And he's been a big part of why that bottom half has been so good here today.
3-1 count. Mechna trying to get in the zone, and he misses high.
It's a similar spot that we saw a called strike earlier in that bat. A sinker trying to clip the top of the zone at 92 miles per hour. Can't get it that time. Jake Yang heads down to first base with a 1-out walk. Right now for the Ducks, you mentioned that they're trailed by 5 runs. And last Sunday's game versus Indiana. In a very similar spot right now, but if they're going to try to mount a comeback, it starts with the pitching, and you can't put any more runners on it. It starts with limiting the free passes.
Top of the order for the Wildcats. First pitch swinging for Logan DeGroot as he shoots it into right field. Second hit of the inning as DeGroot is aboard for the second time today, and the Wildcats keep cooking.
It just feels every time that the Ducks get in a situation where they can maybe roll one and get 2 outs, one of these Northwestern hitters is able to find a hole, get something into the outfield, and move the runners over. So runners on first and second. Jackson Freeman coming up. I mean, the heart of the order coming up for Northwestern soon. This is a dangerous spot that Oregon's in.
And the heart of the order that has struggled a bit today. Talking about that graphic to start the inning as Freeman takes strike 1. Freeman 0-for-2, walked in the 4th inning. 5 free passes allowed by Oregon pitching as Freeman rolls this foul. Nine hits in today's ball game. Northwestern came into the series in the first 2 games with 11 total. Freeman able to stay alive.
I mean, they've just been doing such a better job at the plate. You know, and you can obviously tell by the score and the stat line, 9 hits, 7 runs, but it's also just the way their at-bats have gone. You know, even when they get to 2 strikes, you've seen a lot of foul balls, a lot of pitches that they've been able to foul away and keep the at-bats alive and going.
Just like that. Good pitcher's pitch, and Freeman spoils it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a recipe for success for them. And, you know, sometimes, I think that was one of the struggles for them in the first 2 games, was they were these pitchers' pitches that they just weren't swinging at, or they were swinging and missing at. And so now you're taking more hacks at them, connecting a little bit more, and protecting them play and just waiting to get your pitch.
Ball and 2 strikes. Mackna looking for anything to get out of this inning. All he would need is a ground ball with 1 out, 2 runners on. Swing and a miss. Mackna will take the strikeout instead, his 3rd for out number 2 in the 5th inning.
3rd strikeout of the game, 2nd in this inning. Both outs coming by way of the K. Good pitch up in the zone that Freeman can't get around to that time. For strike number 3, Ducks 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
As Ryan Kucherak had the sac fly RBI to left field in the 4th inning. Also has a hit and a walk. One of 3 hits from the top of this lineup for Northwestern. Takes in the dirt. Five-run lead for the Wildcats. Foul ball. Ooh, 1-1 pitch is fouled back as Kucherak loses the handle on the bat. Look out.
Yeah, you got a foul ball in the bat. Gonna right back at you if you're behind home plate.
Oh boy. We saw that a whole lot last year. I don't know how much you watched or were out here at PK Park last year, but it felt like every single home series there was a batter losing the handle on the bat. Looked like just like that.
Got to get a better grip up there.
1-2. Fly ball right center field. Brooks is on the run, sprinting back to the track. It is over the wall and out of here. 3-run homer, Ryan Kucherak. Northwestern has a 10-2 lead in the 5th inning.
Well, this is just a completely different Northwestern team than we saw the first 2 games of this series. Ryan Kucherak gets a pitch he likes, sends it out to right center field, stays on it. We've seen some opposite field power from the Wildcats in this series. That one a big home run, extending the lead to 10-2.
Wow. 2nd home run of the inning. 3rd home run of the day for Northwestern. The Wildcats lead by 8 here on Sunday, trying to get a game in this series. An offensive explosion. This is the first time that they've scored 10 runs since their opening weekend. As that hits Nick Barron.
I mean, things have just started to spiral right now for Oregon. Inning starts off with a home run from Lausch, a strikeout from Slater, but then Yang gets on, DeGroot gets on, Freeman strikes out, but then Kucherak follows up with a 3-run shot of his own, and now Nick Barron going down to first base after the hit by pitch. This inning just keeps getting out of control for the Ducks.
Northwestern sent 9 men to the plate in the last inning. Owen McElpatrick is the 7th of this inning, and a fly ball to left. PK Park will hold it. Jax Jimenez will catch it and end the 5th inning. And once again, a crooked number for the Wildcats, scoring 4 times in the 5th inning. Jack Lausch led it off with a homer, then later, Ryan Kucherak.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Runners on.
PK Park has life for the first time since the 1st inning. And Dom Hellman hit that mammoth home run off of Sam Leboki back in the 6th. May not get a chance to face him for a 2nd time, as Ben Greenspan is going out to the mound right now. Oregon has scored 2 times so far here in the 7th inning. Against Xavier, had a couple of big hits against Indiana last week as well. And he takes strike 1 here. A big homer in the 6th of this game, a 2-run shot. He's 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. 2 men on for him here. Ducks down by 4, but they are scratching and clawing. As Hellman in the air, out to right center field. It is back. Freeman looking up. It is gone. Dom Hellman hits his 2nd home run of the game. His 4th of the series. Ducks trail by just 1 in the 7th.
Perfect timing from Dom Hellman. With 2 runners on, he sends this one out to the right center field gap. That first home run he hit earlier, out to left field. This time decides to go the opposite way as we take a look at it again right here. This one goes into the parking lot, and Hellman with a bat drop this time. Flip the bat the first time, drop it off. This time, Ducks now down only by 1. 5 runs now coming across in the bottom of the 7th inning. Man, this Oregon offense looks alive.
Oregon only had 1 hit from the 1st inning to the 6th. They've scored 5 times here and have all the life in the world. As Drew Smith takes a strike.
If there's a guy you want to continue this inning right here, it is Drew Smith. 0 for 2 on the day, but with that sac fly and an RBI, still contributed to the score in this one and looking to contribute even more.
Talking earlier, back in the 5th or so, said that Northwestern had 99% of momentum. I think that's completely flipped. Oregon has all of it now. Smith with a missile into left field. That's a base hit. 3 straight hits for the Ducks.
They say hitting is contagious, and right now it's a fight at the bat rack in Oregon's dugout. Everyone trying to get in on the action. Started off with back-to-back walks, then a Josh Schleichart RBI single, followed up by a Jimenez RBI single, then Dom Hellman goes deep and Drew Smith to extend it with an RBI. This is the 8th batter of the inning coming up right now.
It's Angel Laya with the tying run on first base. He takes inside 1-0.
And another dangerous hitter up at the plate.
No free outs in this Oregon lineup. Only 1 out in the inning. Laya's been held hitless to this point today. 1-0. In the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. Southpaw, couple of southpaws warming for Northwestern as Oregon tries to take its first lead since the bottom of the first inning. Good pitch to make it 2-1.
So breaking balls being thrown to Laya. Don't want to give him a heater. We've seen him be able to turn around fastballs all season long, and looks like Northwestern doesn't want to allow that to happen here.
Northwestern trying to salvage a game in this series as Laya hits it hard on the ground. The first baseman Barron throws it to second. It's into left field, but they get the out at first. Smith up to second, into scoring position, representing the tying run.
Even on an out, something happening right for Oregon. Drew Smith moves up to second base on the missed throw that time. Still an opportunity to do more with Owen Morgan coming up to the plate now. Pinch hitting for Melosi Mataafa-Alferos, another freshman coming into the game.
And 9th batter of the game, Owen Morgan. Just a freshman from Windsor, Colorado. Biggest at-bat of his young career. Tying run in scoring position, 2 down. He'll take down low. Melosi Mataafa-Alferos was pinch hitting for Maddox Maloney. Only got 1 plate appearance. He struck out. Not a ton of success yet for Owen Morgan. Not a whole lot of opportunity. 1-0. He went around. It's 1-1. Last saw Owen Morgan in that series versus Xavier. One for 10 to start his Oregon career. Takes a slider for a strike. It's 1-2.
A lot of breaking balls being thrown, not just in this at-bat, but in general by Drew Dixon.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Tying run on second base. The pitch is swung on and missed. Drew Dixon able to punch out Owen Morgan and put an end to the 7th inning. But the Ducks inch closer. They score 5 times in the 7th inning. It's a 1-run ball game. To the 8th we go.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Trying to secure the victory for Northwestern here on Sunday. Northwestern dropped the first 2 games of this series by a combined score of 26-10. Put up 10 runs here themselves today. There's strike 1 to Ryan Cooney. From the top of this order, Cooney has a couple of hits. He's 2 for 3, scoring a couple of runs.
He was part of that 2-run bottom of the 6th inning when Oregon was able to bring across 2 runs, trying to get something started here.
Dixon has a couple of saves. His last came on March 7th versus Omaha. He's asked to close out the 9th inning. A 2-2 count to Ryan Cooney. In the air to center field. It struck well. Lausch going back at the wall. It is gone! Ryan Cooney ties the game! Ducks trailed by 6. We're tied at 10 in the 9th.
What a shot. That one got out in a hurry, a line drive. I thought that was going to hit off the wall. It looked like the right fielder Freeman might have had a beat on it, but Cooney able to muscle it out. Let's take a look at this thing again. This one was hit out to center field. It was actually Lausch going back on it. He runs right into the wall and it's over the wall for a solo shot. We're all tied at 10.
Ryan Cooney riding a 10-game hitting streak. Ties the game at 10. His second home run in consecutive days as Jax Jimenez stands in. Oregon with a chance now to walk it off. We're at least getting free baseball if Oregon is unable to score. What a swing by the junior Ryan Cooney. His 5th home run of the season. 2-0. Jimenez checks his swing. 3 balls and no strikes. What a turn of events for Northwestern. Led 10-4 after 5 innings. Oregon has scored 6 unanswered runs to tie the game. 3-0 to Jimenez. Inside ball 4. Ducks have the winning run aboard.
And if you're Oregon, who else do you want coming to the plate than this guy right now, Dom Hellman? Already 2 home runs on the day, 5 RBIs, 6 RBIs. There's a runner on. He's had a great day, a great series. Maybe a walk-off hit incoming as Ben Greenspan, the Northwest head coach, going to go to the mound.
Couple of guys warming up for Northwestern. Greenspan going to that bullpen. It's a tie game in the 9th. Oregon able to tie it at 10. The winning run on first base as we have a pitching change. Drew Dixon is out here on Big Ten Plus.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
29 combined hits between these two teams. 15 for Northwestern, 14 for Oregon. Owen McElfatrick does not have one to his name so far, and he chases a fastball here. Nothing in 1. A 3-strikeout day for the Northwestern third baseman.
Reached base 2 times, once in the 4th with a walk, then another time in the 10th with a hit by pitch.
He went around. Devin Bell ahead, nothing in 2. Trying to send this to the bottom of the 12th, still tied. Bell ready. 0-2 pitch is outside. Northwestern has had go-ahead run on base in all 3 extra innings. 1-2. Shoots away from Jaxa. Runner takes off for third. Throw down there. Not in time. 90 feet away. Ryan Kucherak represents the go-ahead run in the top of the 12th.
That's something you can't allow to happen. And Kucherak gets a good read on this one. Sees it get away from the catcher, Jaxa. Immediately takes off towards third. He's in there sliding. Good stop by Owen Morgan, though. The third baseman making sure, or Tyler Hawley, the third baseman, making sure that the ball doesn't get too far away from him and keeping Kucherak over at third.
2-2 in the air, left field, base hit! Northwestern takes the lead. Owen McElfatrick, his first hit of the day, puts the Wildcats on top 11-10 with 2 outs in the 12th.
What a hit from McElfatrick. You know, it's hard when you're playing baseball and you've gone hitless on the day to stay in it. But that's exactly what McElfatrick does. He brings around the leading run for Northwestern. They lead 11-10.
The wild pitch proves costly. That free 90 feet is going to haunt Devin Bell and Braden Jacksa if Oregon is unable to come back again, as Ruiz swung over the first one, and he'll have a talk with third base coach, trying to calm him down. It's the 16th hit on the day. And you got the feeling it was only a matter of time before one of these teams broke through, and it's the Wildcats in the 12th, meeting with third base coach and head coach, for that matter, Ben Greenspan, come to a conclusion. Ruiz hit that homer back in the second inning. He's 0 for 5 since then. Now Northwestern just trying to add on. As Ruiz gives this a ride, Schleichart will have room. Was dancing around out there in left field, but able to make the catch. Northwestern puts one on the board. Oregon needs to score to stay alive. We'll go to the bottom of the 12th on Big Ten Plus. Ducks need a run.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Walk it off sooner, but now they're going to have to try and strike something together as Nalivo Lawaki Jr. cuts at the first pitch in his second at-bat. Singled in the 10th inning. 8-9-1 for the Ducks. As Lawaki swings over the top of one, and it's 0-2. Justin Fryer's been nasty. Had the bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the 11th, and was able to escape. Had a run come home to score. The game, of course, would have been over. Sets up the RBI single by Owen McElfatrick that puts Northwestern ahead by a run here in the 12th.
The Wildcats hadn't scored since the 5th inning.
Left on right matchup. Lawaki gets hit. Tying run aboard for the Ducks. And a 2-strike count.
And anything to spark momentum right now for Oregon. They need it now more than ever. Josh Schleichart coming up to the plate. We saw a heavy dose of off-speed pitches to Lawaki Jr. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the same thing to Schleichart. He's known to be aggressive at the plate. Pretty free swing, but he's got some power. So if he runs into one, might be out of here, but third baseman playing in as he shows bunt.
Pulls back, swings at the first pitch, nearly bounces it over his head. McElfatrick goes to second, one, on to first, it's 2! What a play! As the Wildcats go around the horn and are just 1 out away from a win here on Sunday against the Ducks.
Wow. There was a similar play to this on Schleichart's RBI single back in the 7th inning. But this time, McElfatrick's able to get up just enough, snag it, and turn the double play. And now Oregon down to its last out with the top of the order coming up in Ryan Cooney.
Ryan Cooney led off the bottom of the 9th with a home run to tie it at 10. What does he have in store for us here? Well, a base hit through the vacated right side of the infield. Oregon again has the tying run aboard in the 12th, but this time with 2 outs.
Ducks aren't done yet. It's a good hit from Ryan Cooney. He's had a great day at the plate, and now it's going to be Jax Jimenez coming up to the plate, who's also had a pretty solid day at the dish. Down to their last out again. Can the Ducks keep it alive?
Jimenez doubled in the 11th inning to lead it off. Was unable to score. Trying to put a ball in the gap here as Fryer misses low. Justin Fryer, just a freshman. Doesn't have a save yet this year, and he wouldn't get one if he's able to get the final out. It would be a win. Jimenez takes a strike, 1-1.
For Fryer, his command has to be on point in this at-bat. can't risk a walk, which would bring up Dominic Hellman with the speed that both Cooney and Jimenez have. Anything to the outfield and in the gap could score both of them.
Jimenez squares to bunt, gets it down left side. Fryer jumps off the mound. Throw to first is not in time. A bunt base hit for Jax Jimenez. Pushes the tying run to second. And the winning run is aboard.
I don't know if there was any need for the head-first slide. Throw would have been offline. I think Jimenez would have been safe anyways, but he's in there sliding with a bunt single. It moves Cooney up to second base. Tying run just a little bit closer to home plate, and they're not going to walk Hellman. They're going to pitch to him.
It's the most dangerous part of this lineup. Dom Hellman, Drew Smith to follow. Nowhere to put him, really, as they'll back pick over to second base where Ryan Cooney is back standing. Dominic Hellman hit the 2-run homer in the 6th to make it a 6-run game, a 3-run homer in the 7th to make it a 1-run game. He's 3 for 5 with 6 RBIs. First pitch swinging, he comes out of his shoes, but he misses. 0-1.
Yeah, he's not trying to poke one through. He wants to get this to the gap or possibly out of here.
Good speed on the bases. Cooney, 8 stolen bags on the year, 3 for Jimenez. Ton of speed. 0-1. Back into the screen. Northwestern just 1 strike away from avoiding the sweep and snapping Oregon's 8-game winning streak.
Hellman's a solid hitter in these situations. Runners in scoring position on the year, hitting .308, and with 2 outs, hitting .290. This is the biggest at-bat so far of the season for him.
Tying run on second. 0-2 pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3. Northwestern snaps Oregon's 8-game winning streak. They win the thriller and hold on to win 11-10 in 12 innings.